people, welcome. Today we are making a granny square like this. Nothing special, classic granny square. But this would be a real-time video and I'm left-handed, so maybe you find it useful. Okay, so we start with the pink thingy in the center. And to start, we need a loop of 4 chain stitches to form the middle loop on which we will base our stitches. So let's make a chain of 4 stitches of so first we start with this standard starting knot. Let me show you again. So like this, again like this, yeah, and let's create a chain. So we put the thread from behind to front and go through the stitch. Pull the thread from behind to front and go through the stitch, the loop. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, now we have 4 chain stitches. Now we need to create a loop, and to create a loop we just go into the first stitch. Like this is the knot, we don't go into the knot, we go into the first stitch. So we insert our hook. Oh, okay, the thread goes behind. We insert our hook from behind to the front and we pull through both of the loops. Now we have this small loop, like this is a hole in the middle, and we have like 4 chains together. Now we should start with our granny square. And these granny squares, these things here, are double crochets, but one of them is actually 3 chains because we need to like go from the middle up to form the chain. So let's go create 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, from maybe it doesn't matter here, but like usually you should go from thread from behind the hook to the front of the hook. Okay, so this would be one of our tall thingies here. And now we need 2 stitches to form this space between the groups, between the granny clusters. So these things of 3 double crochets are called granny clusters, and between the granny clusters we have 2 chains. So let's do them. 1, 2. Okay, nice. Now we can form our first granny cluster. Like this chain of 3 will be our last granny cluster. These 2 chains is just like space between them, and then we need to form our first granny cluster. So to form the first granny clusters, we don't go into the stitches. We go right into this hole in the middle and use it as like usually you use stitch to create a previous stitch to create the next stitch. So for double crochet we thread over, go into thread over, pull. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Then we thread over, go through 2 loops, thread over, go through 2 loops. I said go through 2 loops. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so what's going on? Oh god, I got this old thread inside me. I'm sorry. Just like this, and we don't need it. We will deal with it later. Okay. Nice. It was our first double crochet. Let's do our second double crochet. Thread over, go into, thread over, pull, thread over, pull twice, thread over, pull twice. Okay, and the finishing the first granny cluster, thread over, pull, go through, thread over, pull, going through 2. Okay, nice. We got our first granny cluster. Now we need 2 chains to go to the next cluster. So let's do 2 chains. Thread over, pull, thread over, pull. Okay, and now double crochet again. Thread over, go into the middle, thread over, pull, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, go into the middle, thread over, pull, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2. Okay, we are almost done with the second granny cluster. Thread over, nice. Okay, and now the space between clusters, 2 chain stitches. And now double crochet again. Thread over, go through the hole, thread over, go back, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2. Okay, I messed up. Let's do this double stitch again, and this would be the second double stitch of the third granny cluster. Thread over, pull through, thread over, run over. Okay, thread over. I hope you see something. It's a trade-off between me seeing what I'm doing and you seeing what I'm doing. Okay, let's count. Okay, nice. So this is the first granny clusters, first 3 double crochets, second granny clusters, 3 double crochets, third granny cluster, 3 double crochets. Now we need to go to this last granny cluster, and we already have like these 3 chains that would be our last kind of, instead of double crochet in this group, we have this chain of 3. So we need 2 double crochets, but before we go to this cluster, we need to do 2 chain stitches to account for the distance between granny clusters. Okay, 2 chain stitches done. Now let's do double crochet. Okay, my thread is messed up. Okay, whatever. I'm trying to make it clear. Okay, tail, don't need it anymore. One, two. Okay, we finished with the granny clusters. All we have to do is just like glue together this chain with this granny cluster. So we just stitch into the 1, 2, 3, third, into the third or second, no, the fourth, no, third chain from this beginning. So we do a single slip stitch. Nice. Now we can take the yarn and cut it. And this is the first color done. So if we like spread it a little bit, we can see that this is like this first cross, and these lines would be used as a base to add new stitches, next color. So our next color is brown. Let's go for it. We will start with one of the holes, and we will just, it's difficult to explain. I'm not sure what to do. I made my first granny square like yesterday, so I'm a beginner crochet, but I think that might be useful for you because like I do my stitches at beginner pace, so maybe my explanations will be still useful. Anyway, we go through the hole, we grab, and this would be our first loop stitch, and let's go 3 stitches up. The same idea as with the previous layer, we go up from the previous layer using 3 chain stitches, because 3 chain stitches equals to 1 double crochet. And this will be the, yeah, did it work? The beginning of our the last, this will be the last stitch of our last granny cluster. So on this corner we have two granny clusters, and this is like the last stitch of the last one, and this is the distance between the two clusters, which is 2 chain stitches, and then we'll do the next cluster. And to kind of put this end in place, to make it, to hold it a little bit, we will like hold it together with these chain stitches, over which we will do these second granny clusters, and we put this loose end underneath so we can fix it. We can so it's won't get too loose. And after this, after I buy the needles for the yarn, I forgot the name. After I buy them, I'll show you how to properly put all these ends together, because for now my granny square has all these loose ends. But whatever, let's get started. So we need this distance between these two granny clusters, so we add 2 chain stitches. 1, 2, and now we start with double stitch using this hole, double stitch. Okay, let's go. 1, okay, this is together like this. Pull through 2, pull through 2. What? Okay, let's do it again. Like, if you don't understand what's going on, just do it again. 1, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, nice. We have our double stitch, and this end is fixed between this double stitch and the rest of the square. Okay, next double stitch. Thread over, pull through the hole, thread over, pull, go through the hole, not pull through the hole, pull, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2. Okay, and now the last one for this granny cluster. Thread over, pull through, go through, thread over. I guess I messed up the narration, but I hope you get the point. Now, with this end, we put it aside, because if we try to hold it together here, it will be visible. So then securing this end is our future task. The distance between granny squares on corners is 2 chain stitches, but on the sides it's just 1 chain stitch. So we here do just 1 chain stitch. And we start with granny cluster on the next corner. So it will be like 2 granny clusters on this corner. Oh, yeah, let's go. Okay, let me do the narration again. Thread over, go through, thread over, pull, thread over, pull through 2, ouch, thread over, pull through 2. Like, the narration was good, but I accidentally put pull through 3 and then corrected it, so let's try again. So I really hope at some point there will be like a perfect explanation of double crochet for you, like a perfect visual of it. Maybe I mark it in the video like as a chapter, like this is a perfect double crochet, this is how you do it, but no. Okay, now we have to go over the corner, so we do 2 chain stitches. 1, 2. Okay, now double crochet, thread over, go through. Oh, do you see something? Thread over, go back, thread over, go pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2. Oh, thread over, go through, thread over, pull back, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2. Okay, the last one is this cluster. Thread over, go through, thread over. Okay, finish with the cluster. Do 1 single chain stitch to go on the side. Now we need a next cluster. I originally wanted to make this a live stream, but I don't have enough subscribers yet. I have 0 subscribers. And you need 50 to make lives. So maybe I could go on Twitch, but I'm not sure that crocheting is the best vibe for Twitch. And I'm not sure that I really want to like develop myself as a Twitch streamer. But yeah, the idea was that maybe I would take some questions and like tell you stuff about life and like, I don't know, just some cozy conversation, because crocheting is real time. It's not like terribly slow. Okay, we finished with the cluster. Now we do 2 chain stitches to go over the corner. So crocheting is not extremely slow, but it's quite slow, and I have mental capacity to talk things that are not crocheted, because like for me, like the whole, like how much it will take, 20 minutes, whatever, narrating just like thread over, go through, thread over, pull, thread over, pull through 2, thread over, pull through 2. So for me, like narrating these the whole time, it's just boring and unnecessary. So I've thought I could like do the funny talking, but I don't know. I don't have that much topics to talk about. Maybe you can leave the topics in the comments and I address them in my next video. Or maybe you want to keep these instructions like poorly about crochet. I don't know, but I think you don't need to watch me like the real time to understand what's going on. Like you need just like look at the corner ones and you get the idea. Okay, we finished with the cluster, so we are going one single crochet, not single crochet, one chain crochet to go to the next side, and double crochet again. Yeah, so I'm not a professional with crochet. I started 2 weeks ago. I tried crochet when I was a child, but the problem was, and nobody helped me because nobody in my family crocheted, that I had too much tension and the stitches didn't look right. They probably weren't right as well, but the biggest problem was my tension, and you couldn't like really crochet with this amount of tension. And then I went to a crochet class 2 weeks ago for the first time, and it was at the Steak Amsterdam, and steak means stitch in Dutch. And they showed me how to crochet a nice headscarf. And then this week on Monday, like basically yesterday, I went there again and learned how to make granny squares, because I want to make a pillowcase out of granny squares. And yeah, okay, we are going to the corner as you expect, to chain stitches, and they show me how to do granny squares, and now I'm showing this to you. My crochet teacher is right-handed, and that's perfectly fine with crochet. My braid doesn't melt with this. Usually with some crafts it does melt when right-handed people try to explain things to me. I guess with knitting it would be a mess, but we'll see. I'll try knitting some next time. But with crochet, you basically see what you have to do with stitches, like how many times you thread over and how many times you pull and push through. So it's quite understandable. The funny thing about my crochet is that they are stitched in kind of reversed order. So right-handed people go right to left and left-handed people go left to right, as I understand it. So like a right-handed person would stitch this square like in this order, not in this order. But all the rest is quite the same, and it's not difficult to understand. So if you are afraid that as a left-handed person you won't be able to understand instructions written for right-handed people, don't be. It's okay. Okay, we have finished our one to last granny cluster, so we are doing one chain stitch. Now we need to do this last cluster that includes these 3 chain stitches instead of the double crochet stitch. So we need to go here, so we need 2 double crochets in this hole. Let's do them. Okay, and now we need to do a single slip stitch into the third chain of this like starting square. And I guess I haven't done it on the previous layer, but I guess we can do just one chain stitch and only after this cut the line, because it would be a better knot. I guess so. I don't know. I forgot how I should do it. I guess I should have used a longer end so I could secure them properly, but whatever. Okay, so we have 2 layers out of 3 that I wanted to show you today. And the third layer would be basically the same. Actually, if you're adventurous, you can pause the video and just do the same. You don't need my help anymore, because you start at some hole, like it's this corner hole, do 3 chain stitches, then 2 chain stitches to go to the next cluster, start doing clusters with double crochets, and when you go between the clusters that are on the same side, you do 1 chain stitch. When you go to the between the clusters that are on the corner, you do 2 chain stitches. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, also fun things to know, like this is the granny square by my teacher, and you see that the more experienced people put less tension on the squares, so my squares are like kind of small compared to these and kind of tense, but as long as they are the same size for you, it's okay, you can combine them. Also, another things that you can do, I forgot the name of the process, but you wet the material and use the pins and pin it somewhere like to a yoga mat, and then you make them the same size because you like put tension for them to be the size you want them to be. Anyway, let's go for the latest layer of our granny square. I guess I do it like this. It was not obvious what I've done the previous time with this, but I just pulled a thread. Oh, let's do it from the other side. Let's do it from the other side. From the front to the back, take some thread, go here, put the short end aside, and start 3 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then 2 for going to the next cluster. 1, 2. And then we will try to secure our end with when we stitch our double crochets. Okay, so pull over, go through, pull over, pull back, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull over, thread over, thread over. Where was I? Guess we just need to pull through these two. Okay, first granny cluster. This is kind of here. And now we need one chain stitch. Now we do a granny cluster here in this hole. One chain stitch. I don't like it. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's just... Have I done the stitch? Stitch? I guess so. Oh no. Yeah, I done it. Okay, whatever. Let's do the last double crochet. Now a chain stitch. Now a double crochet in this hole. Why didn't it look right to me? Okay, whatever. Ouch. Pull through 3 instead of pull through 2. Okay, we are on the corner, so we do the 2 chain stitches. Let me double check that the recording is still recording. Oh, 38 minutes. Wow. Okay, let's try to finish in 50. Okay. Let's do it. I wish I could like put on some music, but I don't want to mess up with like copyright claims. And like I wish I could be like, you know, this one of these fancy people who tell you fancy stuff and show you fancy music. Okay, so this granny cluster is over. But I don't have like these cool taste in music, so whatever. We are going to work in silence. But for explanatory videos, like for videos that you watch not just to put them in the background, but like for actual tutorials, I kind of hate music. Like if I want my whole brain is trying to understand what's going on, and then you put extra pressure on it by putting on some music, because music is fun when it's just like some background work, when you understood the concept, but when you're trying to understand the concept, it's just distracting. So I would do like music only for these parts when I do the talking instead of music, because music, yeah. I would say music is better than my talking, but it would be self-deprecating, so I try not to say self-deprecating things. Yeah, I always can start narrating what I'm doing. Now I'm doing 2 chain stitches because we are on the corner. It sounds like noise. And at this point, you're already good with double crochets, or you watched a video specifically on double crochets, or maybe I do like videos on stitches specifically, because this is like a okay, I wanted to make it just one long video, but turns out I had to go. I'm back. We are almost done with this granny square. We have just 2 sides left, so let's just finish it. So yeah, for stitches you really want a single video on this stitch. Like I try to explain it as I go, but you really want something really recorded to be perfectly visible, perfectly clear. Okay, this is granny square. And for these like big projects where you have lots of stitches, it's just more about the vibe. It's more about just going. And on the whole, like after you understand the basic stitches, crochet is just like doing quite repetitive, meditative, like sort of meditation work. And it's more about how good you are at keeping constant tension, like not constant tension, but like same tension for all your stitches, and how you enjoy it. Okay, 1 chain stitch. Oh, I started not in this hole where I ended my previous layer, but this doesn't matter. We can just like stitch together this line on this corner, and it would be very nice. Oh no, like this. Go into, we are doing a double crochet. Also, there is like difference in terminology between like British terminology and uh, USA terminology, like what is double crochet, what is single crochet. uh, I guess I'm using the UK oh terminology because it's let's start over. It's just closer to me, but yeah, watch out for this when you're doing your research. Okay, 1, 2. Three. Okay. Stitches. Ah, why I can't just do it from the first try? One. Two. Okay. Almost 2 granny clusters, like 2 and 2/3. Okay. Chain stitch. Whatever. Let's do it again. That. Okay. Thread over. Go through. Thread over. Pull. Thread over. Pull through 2. Thread over. Pull through 2. Finally. Thread over. Through. Okay, now we find round 2 3/3 here. Do a slip stitch. and just one more stitch. Ta-da! We are finished. We're finished with our granny square. Now our granny square is like the same as the previous granny square, almost the same size, almost the same tension. So I'm maybe 2/10, but I'm consistent. So you see this hole is bigger than this hole. It's because when we will finish our stitches, we will kind of tighten this loop. How can you tighten this loop? This is not. Well, we will just like use the needle and go through here and like tighten this middle. So yeah, on the rest they are the same. That's good. I will need 9 of them for each side of the pillow, or maybe 16 of them, I'm not sure. I'll see. My pillow is 40 centimeters and this one is like, oh, this one is 10, but it may stretch, but not that much. Okay, I guess maybe I need 4 squares for each side of the pillow. And I will alternate these color schemes. So this one is 12 centimeters, and this one is 10. And even if I stretch them, they won't be like 13. I don't know. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it will help with your projects, and see you next time.